The NBA is a league of innovation, where players constantly push boundaries, and sometimes their actions force the league to adapt. In this video, we're diving into 6 NBA players whose unique styles, tactics, or dominance led to rule changes. These stories aren't just about basketball, they're about how one player's influence can reshape an entire sport. Let's get into it. Shaq is definitely one of the greatest centers in NBA history. The guy won multiple MVPs, a ton of championships, and absolutely dominated the paint with those crazy dunks. He even broke the rims, literally.
Miami is the new structure that they were rolling in. They are going to replace the entire structure because of the Shaq attack on the last rim.
But when it came to free throws and three-pointers, yeah, not so much. Shaq's career free throw percentage? Just 52.7%. And get this, Shaq only made one three-pointer his entire career. Just one. That's almost like hitting the jackpot once.
Oh my God! Wow!
So back in the late 90s, Dallas coach Don Nelson came up with a genius plan to stop Shaq. It was simple. Just foul him away from the ball and make him shoot free throws. If he missed, the ball went to the other team. Shaq got super frustrated and went to NBA Commissioner David Stern saying it wasn't in the spirit of the game and they were just exploiting his awful free throw shooting. But Stern, yeah, he didn't really care. Fast forward and the NBA introduces the Hack-a-Shaq rule. Basically, it stops players from fouling someone away from the ball, but only in the last 2 minutes of the game. If a player without the ball gets fouled, they get a free throw, and their team gets the ball. This rule was added to the rulebook before the 2016-17 season. So yeah, Shaq's frustration led to a big rule change. Alright, let's talk about the 2017 NBA All-Star Game and how the Western Conference roster was chosen through fan voting. Some of the top vote-getters that year were Stephen Curry with 523,597 votes, James Harden with 519,446, and Kevin Durant with 541,209. Then there was Zaza Pachulia, who somehow managed to pull in 439,675 votes. Oh, and Kawhi Leonard had 341,250 votes. Wait a minute, Zaza with more votes than Kawhi? Maybe Zaza was just a better player that year after all.
Kobe!
Now here's the thing, Zaza was only averaging 6 points per game that season, so how in the world did he rack up so many votes? Could it be because he had this massive fan base? The truth is Zaza is from Georgia, in Europe, and a lot of people from there got behind him, casting a crazy number of votes. That's how he ended up with 439,675 votes. It makes sense when you think about it, right? So what did the NBA do about it? Well, they weren't having it, and they decided to change the voting system. From then on, fans' vote would only count for 50% of the selection, and the other 50% decided by NBA officials. This new rule became known as the Zaza rule. Hold up, guys. Same year, there was another rule change. Check this out. Kawhi Leonard was shooting a jump shot, and Zaza's leg landed right under Kawhi's foot. But Zaza was like, I didn't do it on purpose. But you can see in the video though, Zaza took a couple of steps and ended up under Kawhi's foot. And it definitely looked like he was doing it with some purpose. So the NBA decided to add a new rule. If a defender purposely lands their leg under a shooter's foot, the defender gets a flagrant or technical foul. Shooters need enough space to land when they take a jump shot. Let's talk about the rip-through rule, which Kevin Durant totally mastered. A lot of players use it, but KD really made it his own. The problem was, this move caused some drama. It didn't seem totally fair, and it started to hurt KD's image. If you watch the video, you'll see KD move sideways and kinda trick the defender into fouling by getting their hand. The rip-through move is when a shooter intentionally gets the defender's hand and then gets 2 free throws. This move was especially helpful in the final moments of the game, and it could change everything. But the NBA didn't think it was fair, so they added a new rule. Now, if a shooter purposely gets the defender's hand to draw a foul, they won't get free throws. Let's talk about one of James Harden's most controversial master moves, his signature handle lock. Picture this. Harden drives to the rim with Josh Hart defending him. Suddenly, Harden locks the ball into Hart's hand, drawing the foul. The referee blows the whistle, and even though Hart's face screams, "I didn't do anything," Harden walks to the line for 2 free throws. This crafty move became a staple of Harden's game, making him a foul-drawing machine. His ability to attack the basket and rack up free throws was unmatched, especially during his prime years with the Houston Rockets. Just look at the NBA free throw attempts leaderboard over the years. Harden dominated year after year, but things changed starting in 2020. A new rule stated that if a player wasn't already in a shooting motion before the foul, it would be called a common foul, not a shooting foul. This rule drastically reduced Harden's free throw attempts and changed how he approached his game. Harden's handle lock was once his secret weapon, but the rule change proved even the best moves can't stay on top forever. Let's talk about NBA legend Wilt Chamberlain and his iconic free throw line dunk. Back in the 1960s, Wilt was dominating the game like no one else. He came up with a crazy move at the free throw line that turned heads. Normally, a free throw is when the ball touches the rim, and the shooter tries again. But Chamberlain had a different idea. He'd throw the ball at the rim, let it bounce off the backboard, catch it, and then dunk it. Remember, this was from the free throw line, which is 12 feet away. And Wilt Chamberlain standing at over 7 feet tall? It was a piece of cake for him. This free throw line dunk became a big deal, but the NBA wasn't having it. So they made a rule change and moved the free throw line back from 12 feet to 16 feet. Also, players could cross the free throw line only after the ball has hit the rim or backboard. This rule stands out because it's enforced off the court. Allen Iverson wasn't just a game changer with his legendary handles. Remember when he crossed up Michael Jordan?
Watch this.
Tell me about the little guy's crossover. Very quick.
He also brought a unique swagger to the NBA. His oversized t-shirts, baggy jeans, and hip-hop style made him a cultural icon.
The NBA had already merged sports and entertainment, but Iverson really took it to another level with the hip-hop thing.
Many players started adopting Iverson's style, but NBA Commissioner David Stern wasn't a fan. Stern introduced a dress code, demanding players to wear business attire and banning the hip-hop-inspired outfits. This decision didn't sit well with many, especially Iverson, who famously said, "Just because you put a guy in a tuxedo doesn't make him a good guy." While controversial, this off-court rule reshaped the league's image and sparked a lasting controversy about identity and individuality in sports. And there you have it, 6 players whose impact was so significant that they changed the NBA's rulebook. From Shaq's free throw woes to Harden's crafty fouls, these stories prove that the game is always evolving. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more NBA history and analysis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.